Hello everyone, welcome to Old Guy Firewood. My name is Dick, and if this is your first time here, I really appreciate you checking in and hope you enjoy the video. And if you do, maybe you can take a look at the previous videos I posted and like and subscribe, and I would really appreciate it. If you're coming back, I've been here before, I appreciate you coming back and hope you continue to watch. But today, what I wanted to talk about was using ICB totes for storing firewood. And I tell you, I think it's the greatest thing. I split right off the splitter. I'll set my splitter up and right off the table, stack into the tote. When I get it full, all I have to do is take my tractor with my forklifts. I can move it where I want it. And when I get ready to deliver it, I can again put it on my forklifts and dump it into my trailer, and off I go. There's basically two sizes of ICB totes that are most common, and I think the most common is the ones I have, which are 275 gallon. As an example, if you look here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. 5 sections is a 275 gallon tote. The 330 gallon totes will have another section and bring them up about this high. So you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, another level. And that's the difference between the 275 and the 330 that you can take a look and tell pretty quickly. But as I say, the most common I think is a 275, and that's what I use. And the age-old question that you see a lot is, well, how much wood actually is in a tote? Is it a face cord, a third of a cord, or is it quarter of a cord, or what is it? Well, what I want to do is go over that today. And a lot of people say, well, the only way you can really tell is take the wood, you know, put a couple posts 8 feet apart, stack in there 4 feet high, which is a face cord, and then go ahead and put that in the tote, and then you'll see what it actually holds. Face cord is what we're shooting for, and this is a face cord from here, hey Clifford, to here, 8 feet, 4 feet high. That's a face cord, and 16-inch pieces. So if you have 3 stacks like this, 16, 16, 16, 48, 4 feet by 8 feet by 4 feet, that's a cord. So typically a face cord is 16-inch pieces, 4 feet high, 8 feet wide, and that is a face cord. Now the question is, does a face cord fit in a tote? And a lot of people say, well, go ahead and stack it in there and we'll see. But there's a much easier way of doing that. And you can actually do it with a tape measure and a little few calculations. And that's what I want to show you. Now here's a tote filled level stacked. And if I measure across that face, 46 inches, and if I measure up this way, it's 40 inches. So 46 inches, I know from previous calculations, is 3.8 feet, and 40 inches high is 3.3 feet. So 3.8 times 3.3 is basically 12.5 square feet in the face of that pile. Well, we know that a full face cord is 8 by 4, 32 square feet on the face. And in the tote, we've got a face here and then another row right behind it. We know that this one's 12.5, so that one's 12.5. So we've got 25 square feet of face in that tote. Well, that's not a face cord, because a face cord is 32 square feet face. And I'll just do a little illustration and show you what that looks like. If I come up on this face cord, "40 inches is right there. If I come across here 92 inches, that's going to put me right about here. at that same height. And then straight down. So if we were to take the wood that's in this tote right here and stack it over here, it would fill a space which is inside that marking tape, 25 square feet. So we're short this much and this much wood. So basically what we need to do is stack our tote, and that equates to about 7 square feet. So we need to stack our tote about 10 inches higher across both piles, and that'll give us that 7 square feet, about 6.5, 7 square feet. So I'm going to do that right now. And if our theory proves correct, we've decided that if we fill this 275 gallon tote about 10 inches higher than it is, that it should be a cord, or a rather face cord. And that's our theory, and that's what the math says. But let's fill it up and see what it looks like, and we'll give it a try. I like doing this measuring and number crunching exercise. Kind of reminds me of a lot of the stuff that Adam does over at Hometown Acres. I think he's an accountant, and lots of times he'll do a lot of analytical stuff on there and crunch the numbers and, to prove his point. And I enjoy that kind of thing. Okay guys, if my calculations are right, that's what a third of a cord or a face cord should look like in a 270 gallon IBC tote. Now remember, I said if you're working with 330 gallon totes, you'll have another section of cage which would bring it up to about here, and in that case level on a 330 is right about a face cord or a third of a cord. In the 275, you need to fill it up about that much more, and you can be pretty confident that you're delivering a face cord of wood to your customers. Now that's the theory. A lot easier than stacking it, just measuring it and making the calculations. But to prove my point, I figured we better go ahead and take this pile of wood, which we think is a face cord, and go ahead and stack it in here and see if in fact it is. So that's what we're going to do now. Well, there you have it, guys. We took our IBC tote, which we had filled about 10 inches above the top. We calculated it would be a face cord or 32 face stack. Should be 8 feet by 4 feet, so let's take a measure and see what it is. Okay, 8 feet. Just a tad over 4 feet. So I guess that proves my theory that an IBC tote, a 275 gallon IBC tote stacked with 2 rows and about 10 inches higher will give you a good honest face cord. But all the time I took stacking that's something that I pretty much avoid the way I do my operation, because as I said, I split into the IBC totes, put them out to dry. When they're ready to be delivered, pick them up with my forklift, dump them into my dump trailer, and go on down the road and dump it at the customer's location. But yeah, they're great. They save a step if you're stacking. Of course, I'm going to get to the point where I run out of IBC totes and I'm going to have to stack on pallets like a lot of guys do. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it gave you some information you can use. Again, if you're using the 275 totes, about 10 inches over the top is a face cord. If you're using the 330 gallon totes, fill them level to the top because they've got an extra section on them, and you're good to go. So I really appreciate everybody watching. I started doing this just about 2 weeks ago, and I'm bumping 200 subscribers right now, and just as pleased as I could be that all the response, all the comments I've gotten, all the positive comments, and I'm just really thankful that you're here. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you like and subscribe, and hope to see you back on the next one. Thank you.